Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight to the One Main Financial 200, our second straight day of action at the Monster Mile, Dover International Raceway. NASCAR Xfinity Series action here, another 200-mile and 200-lap race at this racetrack. It's definitely fast for as short of a track as it is. We saw some good racing in the truck race last night, ended up with Crafton pulling away late in the race to win that one in dominating fashion in the final quarter of the race, and only 2 cautions were out for incident. We're about to qualify for this one before we get into it, so thanks everybody for tuning in. Brandon Garcia Vera, called 48. Welcome to the stream. Next race for the Cup Series is Dover. It will be tomorrow. Sorry for the late start time on this one. We will be starting right on time no matter what tomorrow. And tomorrow's start time will be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cup Series at Dover. So qualifying here tonight. Do something a little different here. We'll ride aboard the different camera angle for this qualifying effort from Dale Jr. He knows how to get around this racetrack. He won here back in 2001 in the Cup Series. And that race car is really tight on the get up to speed lap. So we'll see what Dale Jr. can maybe pull out here in this one. We'll have to wait and see if it'll be a lot like the race yesterday, or if what, just some completely different racing, I guess. So you're just really, really tight around this racetrack. 24.523, 23rd is where Dale Jr. will qualify. 23.214 will be the pole time for tonight's race at the Monster Mile. Brandon Jones will be starting on the pole with Austin Cindric qualifying outside pole in second. Junior will be starting 22nd in this one, as we have at least one driver dropping to the rear. So here we go in this one. Junior going to loosen that race car up before the start of this one. Tommy Joe Martins will be starting at the rear of the field here in today's race, so he is the one driver that has to drop back at the start. We saw a photo finish in the last race on Monday night at Talladega Superspeedway. We'll see who's going to get it done here today. The green flag is in the air, and we are underway. Junior quickly down to the inside. 3 wide going into turn 1. He actually got it to stick really, really well. I don't know how he got to the bottom as quickly as he did, was starting on the outside. Going to get right around Colby Howard now for 18th. Howard trying to cross him back over on the exit of the corner. 1 lap in the books. Brandon Jones will lead the first lap of the race by quite a bit after qualifying on the pole. I mean, he's already at least a half a second ahead of second place. Throughout to win the championship, I would have to imagine you mean in real life. And if you're talking about the Cup Series, I still think Harvick's the favorite. Coming off a second place finish, he had the fastest car at the end of that race too. And they just keep bringing great equipment to the racetrack. Yeah, I think Harvick is going to be the guy to beat. Plus, one of his better racetracks is Phoenix. So, unless something crazy happens in the next 2 races that he doesn't make the championship for in Phoenix, I think that's the only thing that's really going to take him out of it. Oh, for Xfinity. In here. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, well, it's kind of tough. I mean, we're leading the points right now, but we have seen Harrison Burton win 2 races already this season. He showed some speed in the first handful. Oh, of races. Junior loose off of turn 4. What a save. After a quarter panel of Jeffrey Earnhardt, and that car was turning straight left on the exit of 4, and he somehow kept it off the wall. Very, very minimal damage after getting into Jeffrey Earnhardt as well. That could have been a disaster start here tonight. But Junior is definitely the championship favorite through the first 10 races. Yeah, Harrison Burton had 2 wins through the first 5. He was looking like the championship favorite early on. The juniors hit a hot streak in the recent races. Of course, finished 4th at Talladega on Monday. Got a decent amount of wins already in the season. Just have to see how that might play out. So after having to make that save with the contact from Jeffrey Earnhardt, he obviously lost some time from his nephew on the racetrack and his teammate. One of the car he owns, the other 8 car on the racetrack, Daniel Hemrick, got right around him, and they're both trying to run him down now. We saw in the truck race last night, Crafton had a top 5 truck even on the short runs, but here tonight, it's a little bit different animal. These Xfinity cars, Dale Jr.'s right around mid-pack on the initial start. Only 45 laps in the opening stage. Same stage length and same exact race length as the truck race last night. We'll have 45 laps in stage 1, 45 laps in stage 2, followed by 110 to the finish. So no pit stops will be needed in either of these first 2 stages, and 1 stop will have to be made at some point in the final stage. We still had an extra set of tires at the end of that race last night too. So I'm sure you'll see a lot of the same unless we get more cautions, of course. Caught Vinnie Miller in a bad spot on corner exit, and Junior had to lift. Vinnie Miller back to the outside, Junior on the inside. Will he clear him off in turn 4 this time? Oh, a little contact. He did, but he kind of forced his way up there. Drove it off deep into turn 1. He is right on that back bumper of his teammate in the 8, and he's starting to get a little bit more grip out of that race car, and he's starting to pick up a little bit more speed as the run carries on. He's 10 seconds off the lead already, 11 laps into the race. So he's definitely going to have to pick this pace up. So moves up to 16th, passing Daniel Hemrick. Custom schedule, you've done 6 races. Nice, nice. Yeah, I can't wait to get back to NASCAR Thunder 04. We're doing our custom schedule season over there. Obviously, we only ran the Daytona 500 for points races so far, and we finished 2nd, so we had a good start there to the season with Craig Biffle. And I honestly can't even remember where the 2nd race is. I think it's either Atlanta or Texas is the next race. I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since we played that game. It's been about 3-4 weeks already. But we'll get right back into full swing. We'll probably do 2 or 3 live streams a week with NASCAR Thunder 04. At least 2. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of that starting next week. Again, next Wednesday. So we're only 6 days away from me getting my upgraded Wi-Fi. Noah Gregson's going to get right around 68 easily there, or at least stay in front of him. Brandon Brown in the 68 car. So we'll have to see who might win this opening stage. Junior's starting to cut through the field, but he's still 10.5 to 11 seconds off the lead and just 30 laps left in stage 1. So again, with these shortened stages in the Xfinity Series, not a lot of time. Junior did qualify 23rd. Had a good initial start, quickly getting inside the top 20, but we'll just have to see. Using the controller tonight. We will be using the controller in the Cup Series race tomorrow as well. Just an FYI. And again, that will be starting right on time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, so look out for that one. Imagine slipping and sliding with the 750 horsepower package. Be the third time in the last 4 races we will have used that package, and then the next race after that is Martinsville, so it'll actually be like a four races out of a 5-race stretch with the 750 horsepower package, and one of those races was Talladega, and we did not use the 750 package, so we haven't had a traditional 550 package race in quite some time. Next one, I believe, would be the Coke 600 at Charlotte, and I believe that would be coming up this weekend. Up ahead of where Dale Jr.'s at currently, Austin Cindric in 11th place, just got around his first lap car. It'll be Mike Harmon in the 74. Alex Labbe running the outside. Dale Jr. up the middle between the 74 and the 36. He had to lift. He almost made contact. Oh, trouble! Austin Cindric just blew an engine right in front of Alex Labbe. Labbe checked up and Jr. ran right in the back of him. And Cindric goes around. He's in the grass. Meanwhile, Jr. just clipped Labbe. We had a couple accidents there on separate parts of the track. Kind of a sloppy turn of events there. Jr. Oh no, he about cleared the 36. He slams the inside wall down the back straightaway. I mean, he hit it pretty square with the left side of his race car. And one thing is starting to pile on after another. Wow, Jr. lost a lot of time there. 14 seconds off the lead now with 24 to go in stage 1. What a crazy turn of events. Brian O'Born, welcome to the stream. Junior's car was just starting to come to him right before that incident happened. Now, he hit the wall pretty decent. That all started when Austin Cindric blew an engine. Going into turn 3, Labbe checked up right behind him. Junior ran into the back of him. And then that caused Labbe to have a slower turns 3 and 4. Junior was on the bottom. Labbe was on top. Junior thought he had him cleared. Did not. There was contact some more. And then down the back straightaway, I'm not even sure what happened there, but Junior ended up in the getting into the inside wall. Now he hit it square with the left side, luckily. Could have been a lot worse than what it was, and there should be 5 seconds or less of damage, so under the stage brake, Junior should be able to repair that race car as long as something else doesn't happen here before the end of the stage. So he should be able to repair the damage. But that's going to cost him a chance at having at least a good shot to win this stage. He should still get in the top 10 before the end of the stage. Harrison Burton's about 6.5 seconds ahead of him, but lap traffic will play a factor in that as well. So 19 laps to go this time by in the stage. He was 14.5 seconds off the lead after the contact with Labbe. And we are still caution-free through all that mess that we had for a few laps in a row there, as Cindric was able to get to pit road. I mean, that happened instantly right in front of him, and then he went around for a spin, remember, after he ended up in the grass. I'm not surprised if Junior, when he got into the back of Labbe, might have ended up getting into the back of Cindric, which kind of made him lose control. Slide job. Junior just going to clear him for 11th. 12 seconds off the lead. I think it's safe to say Junior does not have the fastest car in the field like Crafton had in the truck race last night. Different beast from one series to the next. Trying to dodge all the lap traffic right now. All these back marker cars right outside the top 30, and there's the 30th place car, Cesar Baccarella right there. A little bit of damage to the front of Junior's car after that contact with Labbe. Again, not significant enough to really hinder his speed too much. Thanks for everybody tuning in here tonight. Again, Thursday night action. NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. Huge scramble of cars a little further up ahead. We are caution free in stage 1 at this point, nearing the end of the first stage. Just 15 to go this time by, and Junior should be able to get in the top 10 for the first time pretty soon here. Kind of a sloppy start to the race for himself, but we'll see how this is going to go. Just enough room to get to the outside of Matt Mills. Harrison Burton's caught right behind a couple lap cars that were side by side. Junior to the top, 3 wide. To get narrow up in turn 2. They gave him just enough room up there. Look at him just threading the needle. Drove it in deep on the brakes hard. He might even get up to 8th place by the end of the next lap on Justin Allgaier, Riley Herbst. So Junior definitely has a fast long run car. But he's about a 15th to 20th place car for the first half of the run. We are past halfway through the tire run, so up to 8th. And we'll see if we stay green to the end of the stage still as well. Inconsistency with the Cup Series and NASCAR Heat 5, my take on it. Yeah, it's definitely inconsistent. It's buggy, that's for sure. But it's kind of like that with more than just the Cup Series on this game. Are you talking about the game in general or my season specifically? Because my season specifically, yeah, we are showing some inconsistency there as well with our finishes, but we're scratching, we're clawing, we're trying to get that regular season championship. We are in a dogfight with about 3 or 4 cars right now. Other drivers. Caution is out for the first time today, and it is going to come with just 10 laps to go in the opening stage, and this is going to be some interesting strategy. Josh Bilicki in 16th will get the free pass. We have a lot of cars hitting pit road from the lead, but not all of them. Dale Jr. is going to stay out. Looks like Michael Annette, Jesse Little's going to stay out. Daniel Hemrick, Noah Gregson, Brandon Brown will all stay out. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to set up for a crazy finish to the stage for sure. You're going to have some guys on fresh tires, some guys on old tires at the front trying to win the stage, trying to get some stage points. So here we go. Green flag in the air. Junior will restart from 3rd, 3 wide to the bottom quickly. And how about Jesse Little getting the restart on the outside? I think Michael Annette kind of spun his tires. Junior drives it in hard to the bottom, but Jesse Little holds him off. So Little's got the clean air advantage. But those guys on fresh tires will be coming. We'll have 6 laps to go on the stage this time by, and Junior will take the lead for the first time today through turns 3 and 4. Well, that caution's going to give him a chance to try and get this playoff point and win the opening stage of the race all of a sudden. And here comes Brandon Jones, who dominated this race up until the caution, is already up to 3rd off of turn 2. And he is only a second off the lead, and he is right to the back bumper of Jesse Little. 5 laps to go in stage 1 this time by. Jones to the inside of Little off of turn 4. And he is coming for Junior. I mean, he is so much faster than that 8 car. Junior's going to have to hang on about 35 lap older tires. Ross Chastain's coming on the outside as well. Jones is going to have to make quick work of Junior because Chastain is ripping that outside right now. 4 to go this time by. But Junior's going to try to hold him off about as good as he can right now. On the inside, he got on the brakes there. Trying to make sure the car is going to turn. He got a little tight. Oh, a little loose on exit. Jones to the inside. Junior is no match. He's going to let Brandon Jones go. Doesn't want to battle him too much. Brandon Jones to the lead now. 3 laps to go in stage 1. And Chastain trying to close in on Junior as well. And Junior's lost the clean air now too, so strictly just trying to hold on 35 lap older. We'll see Chase Briscoe up to third all of a sudden. 2 to go in the stage as he looks to the inside. Junior trying to hang on for every point he can, and he overruns the corner. Briscoe's going to get on by. Chastain's going to get to his inside. Junior's just no match on these older tires. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Allgaier going to get by Alfredo for 5th. Takes a peek to the inside. Junior hit his marks in 1 and 2 that time. See if he'll do it again in 3 and 4. Brandon Jones will win stage 1 here at Dover. Junior slides up. Photo finish at the line. He finishes 4th, barely. Jones, Briscoe, Chastain, Junior, Allgaier, your top 5, followed by Alfredo, Herbst, Burton, Sieg, and LeBay will round out the top 10. 5 seconds of damage, just enough to be able to be repaired. Everybody that stayed out of the pits under the first caution will pit under this caution. And you're going to see a half a round of wedge being taken out of the car here for Junior as well. 5% more tape being added, so some changes to that race car for sure. And Junior's the only driver that stayed out under that last caution to score stage points at the end of the stage. Everybody else fell outside of the top 10. David Starr will get the free pass in 17th as well. Brendan Runyon, welcome to the stream. Billy Kramer, welcome as well. We are about to start stage number 2 here at Texas. Or Texas, I was looking at the chat there. Here at Dover. Green flag back in the air. Oh, wow, what a move. Junior quickly to the inside. Brown spins the tires, going into 3. Junior washes up the track. They're 3 wide. Contact there with Josh Palicki. Hemrick's going to get right under him. This is going to get narrow into turn 3. Oh, man, he just got beat around by both cars. Junior trying to hang on. Brandon Jones, winner of the stage. More contact now. Junior and Clements that time through turns 1 and 2. Brandon Brown, oh, going to get back under him, and Clements pulled up right in front of Junior. He wasn't clear. Slide back around him. That wasn't for position. Clements is actually the first driver 1 lap down in 18th right now. Car's just really tight on the short run. Junior's car definitely frees up. He might have tagged the wall off of turn 4. Just a tad bit. And by staying out under that caution that happened with 10 laps to go in the stage, by the way, for Junior, and pitting at the end of stage 1 instead of the caution itself, obviously that gives him about 7 lap fresher tires here, so maybe the car will come to life a little bit quicker. I mean, those guys on fresh tires just got through those buffer cars, I guess, for Junior's sake, a lot quicker. Plus, Jesse Little, of course, nailing that restart. Getting in front of Junior as well probably slowed him up a little bit too, but he still got past coming to 3 to go, so it probably, that didn't really factor in too much. Still finished 4th, got 7 points. But again, Brandon Jones gets the stage win in stage 1, and he deserved it though. He led the most laps in this opening stage, and try to see if Junior can get up through the field. the long way this time instead of trying a different pit strategy. Also saves him that extra set of tires too by not pitting 10 laps earlier. It's going to be a lot easier for him to make it to the end of this stage. He can still add a little bit more tape to the race car too. Maybe help out on the straightaway speed a little bit more. Junior to the outside of Alex Lebay from turns 1 and 2. Lebay kind of holding that inside lane. Maybe he wants to get around Daniel Hemrick. He couldn't get the run. Junior was on his outside, and that was just enough to side draft him just a little bit. Lebay giving Junior room on the top. He doesn't want him to pass him down low. Junior shoots the gap up the middle now between Hemrick and Lebay. This could get tight off of turn 3. Contact between the two 8 cars. On the outside, Junior stuck in line behind both of them now. Yeah, I mean, heck, that'd be pretty cool. We were getting up there for a little bit. I've noticed the viewership has dropped off over the last month and a half, because we were consistently bringing in 20 to 30 people a lot. I know there for a little bit. I think we maxed out at 39 was the most people we had watching at one point in time. I think that was for the Xfinity Series Championship race we had on the custom schedule season. But really, ever since we came out of the custom schedule season, we haven't had as much. And since our Chase for 8 series ended, we got that title for Jimmy. It's kind of going down a little bit. It's on the slow rise once again, though. September was just kind of a bad month, I guess, for the channel. I was gone a lot, too, though. I mean, I was at Talladega. Had to take a couple days off there. Oh, man! 9 of Gregson got tight going into turn 3. Made a little contact with his boss, Junior, who was on his outside. They were 3 wide, but Junior gonna hustle around Brandon Brown now, the 9 of Gregson looking to the inside of Junior. Junior has the run on the top there. Carries the run. Passing the 18, now working on the 20 of Harrison Burton. Junior in the wall. Just enough. That broke his momentum. He couldn't get the run he needed to get around Harrison Burton. Junior clear off of turn 2. He's up to 9th. And he is 9.5 seconds off the lead. Still plenty of time to get up to the lead in this stage. 7-lap pressure tires helping his car come in 7 laps sooner than what it probably would have before. Plus that adjustment, of course. Still 26 to go in stage 2. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream, by the way. Chastain, who finished second in that opening stage, or sorry, third rather, in that opening stage. I forgot Briscoe got around him on the last lap, but now back to 9th here in stage 2 as Junior will get around him for a position. So Junior trying to get up through the field, will alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race tonight. We are on board that onboard camera inside the race car. You watch Junior rotate through this very, very difficult and treacherous racetrack. Very fast 1 mile racetrack with the banking, the progressive banking from top to bottom here. Trying to side draft Ryan Sieg perhaps. Oh, Sieg pulls the block on him going into turn 3. Had just enough of a run on the top, and now the caution will fly. Jesse Little, by the way, in the lead. Great run by that 4 car. Josh Bilicki will hit pit road as well. Ray Black Jr. will get the free pass in 18. Second caution of the race tonight. We had 2 all race in the truck race last night. We have 2 in the first 70 laps tonight. I don't even think we had 1 caution until lap 70 in the race last night. About knocked my water over. Alright, here we go. So we're going to set up a later restart in the stage. Junior will restart on the bottom in 7th. But watch out for Jesse Little. Coming to pit road. Little strategy giving up the lead there. Green flag back in the air. Junior quickly to the bottom. Pretty solid restart. And again, Michael Annett restarting from the lead, kind of spinning the tires, but this time he stays to the inside. Junior took it 3 wide into the corner, and he barely clears Allgaier up the track. Boy, he got tight. Brandon Jones fights back underneath him. As Annett is going to fend off Chase Briscoe. These guys better get going because Jesse Little's got a fast car and is on fresher tires trying to come from further back. Junior looking for second place on Chase Briscoe now. Great drive in the center of the corner. But he couldn't get under him. Josh Bilicki on fresh tires also, but he doesn't have the fast race car that Jesse Little has in this race. Junior to the inside of Briscoe now for second. Shoots the gap. Slide job. Clears him. Now has his eyes set on the race leader, Michael Annett. Junior looking to make the move for the lead into turn 1. Really sucked the air off that one car. Slide job into the corner. Annett with the crossover back to the bottom. Turn 3. Trying to grip it and rip it. Annett leads the lap at the line. Junior back underneath him again. Heck of a battle for the lead. And Annett going to try another crossover, but Junior blocks it off the exit of turn 2. So Junior is clear, and he will take the lead for just the second time tonight, and the first time in stage number 2. Junior will lead a lap this time at the line. 14 laps to go in the second stage. We'll stick with the normal camera for now. And again, we are keeping an eye on Jesse Little. He has fresher tires by about 20 laps on these guys. Still outside the top 5 for right now, so at least 2.5 seconds off the lead. This car might be a little bit looser on the longer run for Junior with that wedge adjustment under the last, well, the only pit stop he's made today. About halfway through the tire run. Jesse Little up to 4th, 3 seconds off the lead. Just got around Ryan Sieg. So we'll see. Junior's got the clean air, so he is running away from second. But Jesse Little's the guy to keep an eye out. He is up to 3rd. He has gotten around Chase Briscoe now. 11 laps to go in the stage. That was Junior's fastest lap of the race that last time, though. 24.069. My fastest lap ever in the Xfinity Series here is a 23.833, so we're still about 0.2 of a second off there. Little is closed in now on Michael Annett. He's right behind him off of turn 4, and Little is trying to work the outside. 10 to go in stage 2. And they battled. Jesse Little going to get right under him and clear Michael Annett off of turn 4. So 2.5 seconds off the lead. Jesse Little with 9 to go is up to second. Eyes set on Dale Jr., and he has 20 lap fresher tires. Junior wants us to stay green. That's going to be his best chance. He also needs these lap cars to stay out of his way. There's Landon Castle giving him plenty of room on the inside. More air to work with. 8 to go. Little closed in about 0.4 of a second that last lap. Junior got passed coming to 3 to go back in stage 1 and finished 4th in the stage. So he's trying to hold on, try to get the playoff point this time around, but this time it wouldn't be on strategy. We caught Matt Mills in a bad spot there right at the end of the front straightaway. Had to get on the brakes, but Jesse Little got caught behind Landon Castle. Little was 2 seconds off the lead. Now he's 3.5 seconds back, and that's going to buy Junior a little bit more time as, again, Landon Castle, Little's first lap car that would have been in his way, desperately got in his way there. Now 6 to go in the stage, so that might have helped Junior win this second stage if we stay green. Drove it in a little deep into turn 3. Just 5 to go this time, though.
5 to go. You got this. You're all clear on top.
Three-second advantage. Junior's just getting through the lap traffic a lot better than Jesse Little is right now. But we'll see when it comes down to the final stage. Stage 1, it looked like Brandon Jones had the fastest car. Stage 2 is a little up in the air. A lot tougher to tell this time. Jones won the opening stage. Caught back in traffic. He's not even going to get a top 5 finish in stage 2. Junior, who finished 4th in stage 1, is on his way to winning it in a couple of laps. Just 3 more. Very nice paint scheme on Josh Williams' 92 car. Lap and a half yet to go in the stage. 5 seconds now is the advantage between first and second. David Starr, last driver on the lead lap, is going to go a lap down, and he is now in the free pass position. Harrison Burton in 17th. Better hold on here. Man, he was up in the top 10 earlier in the race. He's going to go to the bottom. Junior's going to have to go to the top, and he's going to beat Burton off of turn 4. Dale Jr. will win stage number 2 here at Dover. Harrison Burton will get the free pass at the end of the stage in 17th. Followed by Jesse Little, Michael Annett, Chase Briscoe, Ryan C., Balicki, who was also on fresh tires at the end of the stage there. Brandon Jones, Alex LeBay, Alfredo, and Chastain round out the top 10. All getting stage points here in the second stage of the race. We have about half the race still remaining. 5% more tape going to the front of the race car here, and that is the only adjustment, if you call it much of an adjustment, for Dale Jr.'s number 8 Chevrolet. Wins the race off pit road. Final stage is coming up here. And I'm going to pause it for a quick second so I make sure my battery doesn't die on my controller tonight. Alright, we're back. Oh, whoops. We're back. All right. I did not want something bad to happen there. Oh, it's Jesse Little. He is the son of Chad Little. He used to drive the John Deere number 97 car back in the 90s. Really good in the Busch Series, Chad Little was. Won some races there. More notable as a Busch Series driver. I don't know if he ever won a Cup race, but I know he contended for a couple championships in the Busch Series back in the 90s too. Chase Briscoe with a heck of a restart there. He's going to lead the opening lap of the stage by inches. Shot right around Jesse Little. And got that car to rotate to get underneath Junior as well through 3 and 4. And Junior's starting to go backwards here. Everybody's on equal tires. This is going to be interesting to see. Side by side for the lead off of turn 4. Briscoe went towards the outside there. Barely held on to the lead though. Ryan Sieg almost got under him. Junior trying to hold on in 6th. Dana Sports, welcome to the stream. Oh, contact there with Brandon Brown.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Chad Little's a NASCAR official. I did not know that. Here's the interesting fact of the night. And again, this is what we have seen out of Junior in the short runs, 15th to 20th place car. Noah Gragson got caught in the middle, 3 wide. He had to get out of the gas. He probably wasn't going to make the exit of that corner. David Starr was on his inside. Junior just cannot get down to the bottom like he wants to be right now. Once those cars got around him on the inside, he's been going backwards on the top. Almost got the wall off of turn 2. Anthony Alfredo's going to get under him now. Alfredo had a bad restart himself there, and finally Junior gets back down to the bottom of the track. Oh, contact with Gregson! Oh, he saved it again! Dale Jr., that one was a lot closer. Again makes contact with another car on the outside on the exit of turn 2 and barely keeps it off the wall on the inside. Brent Colin Shangraw, welcome to the stream. Thought I saw somebody else enter the chat a little bit ago too. Sorry if I missed you. Oh, I guess not. Oh my gosh. Not paying enough attention there, my bad. So Junior still in 15th. All these cars currently getting around him are already a lap down. The last couple that have gotten around him at least. Yeah, I did say Dana Sports, welcome to the stream. Thought I saw somebody else in there too, though. Harrison Burton climbing back into this. He got the free pass. He is hauling the mail getting through this pack right now, showing new life in stage 3. CJ McLaughlin having a top 20 run. That's a good run for that program. He had a great run at the end of that Talladega race on Monday. Junior, a little contact with him. That slowed them both down, and Harrison Burton's looking to charge now. Junior goes up the middle, 3 wide, drove it in deep to the bottom. Cleared Burton for a second. Harrison Burton gets right back underneath him again. And they both cleared the 93 off the exit of turn 2 of McLaughlin. Junior driving it off a lot deeper what Harrison Burton is, and that's why Burton's able to beat him back to the gas and stay under him. Junior going to side draft him down the front straightaway here. Battle for 15th between Dale Jr. Harrison Burton Jr. drives it off deep, that time on the bottom. And he clears Harrison Burton right back. And he is already 10.5 seconds off the race leader. We haven't had a long green flag run today. Only 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way as well. And we are just past the halfway mark, nearing 90 to go here in a couple laps. At Dover. Right around 24-second lap time, so race leaders on the short runs have been in that 23-second lap barrier. Juniors ran a fast lap of a 24.053 as his fastest. Teammates side by side make it 3 wide now. Junior makes the move to the bottom into turn 1, slides up in front of Hemrick. Couldn't quite get around Noah Gregson. David Starr sticks his nose in there as well. Junior will get around Gregson in 3 and 4 now, and he's up to 13th. Side by side, Ray Black Jr., Brandon Brown off of turn 4. We'll alternate through the different camera angles one final time in this race here tonight. Big run to the bottom. Oh, he couldn't quite clear Brown. He had to get out of the gas. He drove it in deep. Now he still clears him off of turn 2. I thought Brown was going to be able to side draft him just enough. Oh, contact getting into turn 1. Junior drove it in too deep, got in the right rear of Ray Black Jr. They both keep it off the wall and keep it going. And Junior still carries the momentum to get around him for 11th. So we'll see. Less than 90 laps to go at the Monster Mile. Cup Series action coming up tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For your Friday late afternoon, evening time if you're on the east. Mid-afternoon if you're on the west. We will have a crown jewel this weekend on NASCAR Heat 5 as well. The Coke 600, I believe, is going to be lined up for Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Only second behind that 10th place car of Ross Chastain. Junior still just under, no, right around 10 seconds off the lead. And you go to the top, Mike Harmon kind of chopped his nose off on the bottom there after Chastain got around Harmon. Stick with the regular camera for the rest of the race here tonight. Junior to the inside of Ross Chastain. He's going to clear him off of turn 2 for 10th. Lap traffic is in the picture of all the leaders here. Side draft off of the 18 car of Riley Herbst. Anthony Alfredo up here, 3 wide up the middle there for Junior. That was narrow. Boy, he got through there. Riley Herbst trying to do the same, but he got the door closed on him. Now all 3 lap cars are 3 wide right in front of the side-by-side cars of Herbst and Alfredo. Junior trying to use all the racetrack he can. If there is concrete, he will use it. Almost halfway through the tire run. Again, we will have to see a pit stop at some point in the final stage. You guys can go about 60 to 65 laps on a full tank of fuel, so we're not quite within that fuel window yet. Junior's closing in. He's still 9.5 seconds off the lead. The race leader is getting through the lap traffic pretty well for the most part, too. Junior's car is slowly starting to come alive, though. It's going to be a fun watch here as this final stage progresses. Alex LeBay in 6th place, not too far ahead either. Junior, big run underneath Michael Annette. He'll get around him easily. Good turn. He'll get around the lap car of Tommy Joe Martins, and a big run now on Alex LeBay into turn 1 for 6. Fastest lap of the race that last time for Junior. And that was with passing a couple cars. Brandon Jones in the top 5, and 5th, Jesse Little. Again, stellar run, whether he's on fresh tires or equal tires. Jesse Little's got a top 5 car. Good run for that program, getting himself in position if something crazy happens at the end of this thing. Oh man, Junior drove it off in there deep. Seven and a half seconds off the lead. Brandon Jones caught the lap car of Jeffrey Earnhardt in a bad spot off of turn 2. Couldn't use all the racetrack on corner exit. That's where it seems to be the worst. Either that or right in the center of the corner if they're directly in front of you. Especially around this racetrack where you have multiple grooves, you just kind of got to change your line accordingly when trying to get around the lap cars. Junior with a big run off the turn 4 to the inside of Brandon Jones. Down the front straightaway now for 5th. Junior back in the top 5 once again. First time since the restart in this final stage. We'll have 75 laps to go this time by. You can see Jesse Little up here as well. Justin Allgaier a little bit further ahead, but he is up there. 4.5 seconds off the lead now. That's the difference between the top 5 cars on the racetrack. Wow, Allgaier caught, I believe that was Mike Harmon right in front of him. And Jesse Little also caught a lap car in front of him as well, of Josh Bilicki. And that will give Junior the 4th position easily. Sliding on in there. Chase Briscoe now only a second ahead of him in the 2nd position. Allgaier's closing in on Briscoe. Briscoe caught behind the lap car through turns 3 and 4. Got a little loose on corner exit as well. And Junior is hauling. Oh man, he got loose off the turn 4. Tried to keep it from running into the back of the 7 car. Allgaier now stuck behind McLaughlin. Junior hauling on the outside. He's up to 3rd. Using the lap car of Justin Haley as a pick on the inside. Moving past Briscoe, 3 seconds off the lead behind Ryan Sieg. Junior is up to 2nd with 72 to go. And heavy lap traffic right around the race leader. Junior is the fastest car on the racetrack right now. At this point in the run. It's a train of about 5 cars. Sieg has already gotten around. Oh, look at him just send it into there. Oh my goodness. Junior is driving the wheels off this thing. That was a gutsy move. He pulled it off. Still just barely outside that pit window to the end of the race from where we're at currently. Still a lap car in between the two leaders as well. It's Brandon Brown in the 68 and 14th. So just 13 cars now in the lead lap. Junior a half a second off the lead. Rather. So will Junior. Junior within 3 to 4 car lengths now into turn 3. Hook in the bottom right in line behind him, now looking high off of turn 4. Sieg pulls the block on him. Side by side into turn 1 for the lead. Junior will overtake him easily. Clears him in the center of the corner. Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the start-finish line will officially be back in the lead. Once again, it'll be only the 3rd different time today he has led laps. Your stage 2 winner will lead his first lap in the final stage with 67 to go. It took him some time to get there, though. But when we went green with 107 laps to go in the race in this final stage, we have not had a caution in the final stage yet. It took him a little over 40 laps to get up there. And that was after restarting from the lead, so. Again, we get a late race caution. That is going to hurt this 8 team going forward. Two cautions all truck race long for incident last night. They were spaced apart, nothing but long runs. We've had nothing but short runs up until now. This is the longest green flag run of the race so far. Asking for a little more out of the tires. Chastain going to go a lap down now. Riley Herbst's not too far ahead as well in the 9th position. The rookie in the number 18 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. Six people currently watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. If you're enjoying the race, hit that like button. Most importantly, though, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. For more daily NASCAR content, we have these full race live streams on the daily with a realistic broadcast. Another one coming your way tomorrow. Cup Series action at Dover for the Dryden 400. That will be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But here today, we've seen some great racing throughout the course of it. This is only the 3rd different time Junior has led. This is the longest green flag run of the race. And it's working out to his advantage for now. On a 7 to a 7.5 second lead on Ryan Sieg, who hasn't really led any laps today until this final stage. And all of a sudden, he's looking like the newest contender. Junior hasn't had the fastest car. He's got the fastest long run car when we get past halfway through a tire run, but up until then, it takes him a while to cut through the field. Again, it took him about 43 laps to get to the lead after restarting in the lead in this final stage, so it does take some time. 59 to go this time by. Alfredo's in 9th, by the way, not Riley Herbst. Herbst is in 10th. And Junior will put Alfredo a lap down, so just 8 cars on the lead lap now for Junior off of turn 2. By the way, for the subscriber count, obviously we're closing in on 600 as well. We can get there really any day at this point. But obviously on the road to 1,000 as well. Get this thing monetized. Next big step with the channel. As far as the subscribers go, of course. See Michael Annette up here in the 8th position. Alex LeBay. They're actually side by side for position as Annette uses the lap car as a pick, and they're hustling because they see Junior coming right out of his rear view. Might have a couple more cars go a lap down here. We get a caution. That's going to trap a ton of guys here. Fairly late in the race. Now Junior, although he's conserved his tires fairly well in this one, he still might have to hit pit road before anybody else. He's got 2 sets of tires the rest of the way. Again, our limit. 4 fresh sets from the start of the race in these Xfinity and truck races. That right front's starting to get really worn out. Down to about 20% now. Into turn 3 this time. We're almost 3/4 of the way through the race. Oh, we got a car up in smoke on pit road. It looked like it might have been Brandon Brown in the 68. He was running just outside the top 10. But he's on pit road, so we stay green. Junior's opened up about a 14-second lead now on Ryan Sieg. That's the major difference between the truck race with Matt Crafton last night and Dale Jr. in the Xfinity race tonight at Dover. Even length, so you can kind of compare it really well. It only took Crafton about 15 to 20 laps to become the fastest car on the track, and he had the fastest long-run car. For Junior, it takes, again, about 40, so that is the big difference there. For sure, as we keep going in this one. 52 to go. Laps are winding down quickly. Jesse Little in 6th place up ahead. Brandon Jones right in front of him in 5th. But again, Junior is on pace. He is likely going to have to pit before everybody else. Not by much. We saw Crafton pit about 5 laps before everybody last night, but that could be the opportunity everybody needs to get back on the lead lap, or maybe even pin Junior a lap down around this racetrack. Oh, we caught Ray Black Jr. a bad spot, had to get out of the gas. He was already underneath of Landon Castle himself there. Re-wide into turn 3. Case Briscoe in 4th. Justin Allgaier in 3rd. Not too far ahead of him. Oh, Briscoe caught the lap car in a bad spot there. Oh, wow, Junior got really loose off into turn 3. Tried to get out of the gas a little earlier when Briscoe moved down right in front of him. Junior slides underneath him now going into turn 1. Sieg about another 3.5 seconds ahead of, 2.5 seconds rather, ahead of Allgaier. A couple lap cars in between those guys as well. Junior's going to put Allgaier a lap down. Again, these guys are probably aware Junior is likely going to have to pit before them. So they're hoping he pits and then the caution comes out if we do get a caution. If we stay green to the end, this is going to work out for him as well. And there is the 2nd place car of Ryan Sieg. Junior going to stay out as long as he can in case we get a caution. Sieg blocks him off at turn 4 to the outside. Junior slides to the inside. It'll clear him going into turn 1. 45 laps to go here at Dover. But don't turn away now. We are by no means done with this thing yet. Junior's put a lap on the field, by far the largest lead of the night, but again, this long run has really worked out as we have opened up this run.
You're wearing the tires down, driver.
Over 60 laps on these tires. Oh, up the middle between Riley Herbst and Tommy Joe Martins. And you're staying out at least one more lap. We'll see if he'll pit this time. Maybe he'll stay out one more lap. If he can, he will. And he will. This is a very tough pit road to get onto. No practice. We did qualify, but it was quick qualifying, so we'll see how that might work out. We're going to see everybody else pit about 2 to 3 laps after Junior. So Junior coming to pit road as we speak. 35 miles an hour is the speed limit, and he'll get down easily there that time. 3/4 of a tank of fuel, plenty enough to make it to the end. And no adjustments being made out of this 8 car right now, as he will be the first of the leaders to hit pit road for what will likely be the final time we'll see pit stops today. After over 60 laps being put on these tires, he couldn't quite stretch it to the end of the fuel run. He was close. He was within 2 to 3 laps. And this is the time those guys are hoping for a caution. Junior will still have one set of tires left the rest of the way if he so needs it. It's been faster on the longer runs though, so it's kind of tough. They'll even end up using it. Here he comes out of the pits. He's in 9th. And he is still on the lead lap as he's trying to get up to speed. Off of turn 2. He's about 21 seconds off the lead. In that 9th position as he tries to get up to speed. And the other leaders are, some of them at least, Allgaier's on pit road, so they are coming into the pits now. 40 laps to go here at Dover. Junior's got that fresh tire advantage for as long as these leaders decide to stay out. Ooh. Kind of the wall a little bit there, getting into turn 3, so Ryan. Yeah, a lot of, oh boy, man, he almost got in the wall off of 4. That was close. Sieg coming to pit road. Brandon Jones, Briscoe, and Ned is in the pits as we speak. .38 laps left. Junior has a lap on the field again, so those guys got to be battling for second. If we get a caution, they'll get right back on the lead lap. Whoever would be in that second position. And if we get more than one caution at the end of the race, it will restart right up there with them. So this race is not over yet. 37 to go. Again, Junior struggles in the first half of the run. He is likely going to be struggling the rest of this race from when they all pitted. I'm trying to find speed in that race car. So again, that is another reason why it's not over yet. Oh, he's in the wall off of turn 4. 36 to go. He definitely didn't want to do that. See Daniel Hemrick, Anthony Alfredo closing in. Look at that center off though. Junior just cannot get that car to rotate. Ryan Sieg is up to second place. I wonder if maybe he can run down Dale Jr. Junior keeps having to lift on corner exit. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Rado just squeezes to the inside of the 8 car. And he'll clear him. 9 cars. One lap down as Alfredo is that 9th place car. I believe that's Jeffrey Earnhardt back there. I believe the next car behind him is Ryan Sieg. Or one of them. One of those cars that are right behind him. And it is Ryan Sieg in the 39. He shoots to the outside now. He's definitely got to have a faster car than what Junior's got this early in the run. Junior's about a 15th place car. So even if he can get back on the lead lap and then get a caution, I mean, he will restart right there with Junior again with just 32 laps left. Junior might pit if that was the case. But we'd also have to see, obviously, if Ryan Sieg pits. Junior trying to close back in on Daniel Hemrick again. Sieg had that good stretch of races very early in the season where he came close to winning but couldn't quite get it done. Might see more of the same out of him here tonight. We'll find out in 30 laps. He can come back from a lap down to win it. Again, he's in the 2nd position. That is at least one sort of an advantage he's got. Junior's been caught behind Hemrick the last couple laps, really since Hemrick got around him. Junior's tried to reel him back in. Now he'll get around Hemrick, so that'll help him a little bit. Put in an extra buffer. 39 right behind the 74. Looks to the inside. Junior got really tight on corner entry. Right in the top side through 1 and 2 involuntarily. Sieg ripped the bottom of the racetrack. He is closing in on Dale Jr. Looking to the inside of Hemrick through 3 and 4. Junior starting to slowly catch Josh Williams. He's going to get around him, Junior, all the way on the bottom. Picked up really well to get to the inside of Josh Williams. He'll clear him into turn 3. Junior gets a little tight up the racetrack, though, and Sieg is coming. Junior almost got the wall off in turn 4. Sieg now behind the 92. Ryan Sieg looks to the outside. Jackson Pittner, welcome to the stream. And Sieg has finally gotten around Williams. It took him about a lap and a half, but he is there. Junior couldn't get the car to turn. Sieg closes the gap a little bit on corner entry. Trying to get back on the lead lap. And he's desperately trying to do it as quick as he can. Junior struggling with this car early in the run. Left a little bit of a lane open, but Sieg couldn't capitalize. He definitely did close the gap, though. 25 laps to go now. Junior wants to make him pass him around the outside. Try to, at least. When cars are fairly equal, it can be tough to pass around this racetrack. We've seen it tonight. Yeah, we can make it on fuel and tires. We are good to go to the end. 24 to go. Sieg trying to get his lap back. And he's right there, right? It's going to be tough. Matt Mills might play a factor. Some other lap cars obviously a little further up ahead as well. Off of turn 4. Oh, Junior checked up. He got caught right behind Mills getting into turn 1. Sieg did the outside to get around Mills. I'll give Sieg some straightaway speed down the back. Now in the draft of Junior as well. Thought that might have been the opportunity for Sieg to get around him, but not quite. Junior's still a little tight. He's starting to slowly pull away every now and then on Sieg. They're kind of going back and forth whether who's better in one corner versus the other. Junior seems to be a little better in 3 and 4 than what he is 1 and 2. 21 laps to go. Yeah, I kind of talked about it a little bit last night with my thoughts on Eric Jones going to the 43, so I'll just express it briefly here. We're getting closer to the end of this race. Junior's starting to open up that gap back up on Sieg, by the way, as well. So yeah, I mean, basically, no sponsorship might hurt him, but I think Jones could get that team a little bit more winnings per races. He's definitely better than Bubba Wallace, for sure. It'll be interesting to see what he gets out of that car. I mean, if he can get that, I mean, where's Wallace at in points right now? Like 19th, 20th in points there for a little bit midway through the season, but once they got to the playoffs, he hasn't ran quite as well. But granted, he hasn't had to run his heart out. He knows where he's going next year, you know. Maybe the idea of not knowing that and the uncertainty was making him run harder throughout the course of the season, which is definitely possible. See that a lot out of drivers. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Jones could get inside the top 20. That'd be great for that team. And you know, I mentioned this last night. He's a good super speedway racer. He won the Clash this year. He's won at Daytona before in the July race, his first career win back in 2018, and he finished second in both Talladega races this season. Or sorry, not second in both. He almost won the spring Talladega race. If it wasn't for that last lap pass, last lap, you know, coming through the tri-oval when Blaney got into him. If it wasn't for that, and then obviously if Denny Hamlin would have gotten called for going below the double yellow line, then Eric Jones would have won the Talladega race this fall a couple weeks ago. So Jones has talent. He might be able to get that 43 car to victory lane in super speedways. We've seen Bubba Wallace do good on super speedways, so we know Richard Petty knows how to bring some speed to those style of racetracks. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how that's going to work out for him. I think that'll be kind of fun to watch throughout the course of the season. I definitely feel bad for him too at the same time. Obviously, as I expressed before, that he deserves a top tier ride. He is a good enough driver, especially if he can win the Southern 500. Kind of like Brock Beard said, no matter what package you run, if you can win the Southern 500 or win at Darlington, you can drive a race car. You can drive a stock car, and Eric Jones can certainly drive a stock car. And I'm sure especially if he outperforms his equipment at Richard Petty Motorsports, then he will get a top tier ride again in the future. Obviously, it's a multi-year deal, so at least the next couple years he'll be there. But hopefully somebody will be awaiting him and giving him a job offer. And with getting more top tier rides too in the next couple years with the next gen car coming out, as we're already seeing for next season, the season after that, that could obviously be more opportunities for Jones to get a better ride a couple years down the road as well. "12 laps to go, this time by. Only 2 cautions total in the race today. We have not had one in the final stage yet. We had 2 in the truck race last night. We had 1 caution in stage 1, 1 in stage 2, both about midway. Well, caution in stage 1 came at the end of the stage, and then midway through stage 2 we had that yellow. Dale Jr. might not have had the fastest car through the first half of the run. It was about a 15th place car for about 40 laps, but the second half of the run is where he takes off. And with having this race go green in the final stage as long as it has, nearly 100 laps, that obviously helped out a ton. Remember, that last caution came out at lap 68 earlier in the race for incidents, so we are going to go about 130 laps to the end of this race if we do stay green. Now again, and by the way, Chase Briscoe has actually gotten up to second, so he has passed Ryan Sieg now. Jesse Little's still in the top 4, and Justin Allgaier's faded back to 5th. He was in 3rd there for a little bit. So whoever's in second, if we get a caution, will be back on the lead lap. Junior still has one set of tires left to the end if he so chooses to pit, but granted, that free pass position will only get them back on the lead lap. They'd still have to restart behind all the lap cars, so they'd be at the back of the pack. We really need 2 cautions for somebody to have a shot at Junior the rest of this way. 8 to go. Much like the truck race last night, we saw some great racing throughout, but the long run and the final stage is what kind of hurt everybody else's chances. Same thing goes here. Crafton definitely had a better truck than what Junior had, a better car in this race, but still, same concept. So that you wonder what that could mean for the Cup race tomorrow at Dover. Twice as long. So will we get more cautions, or will it still be right around this? We'll just get a couple sporadically throughout the course of the race. We'll have to wait and see. Again, that'll be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Six to go here. Junior looking to add on to the points lead. Be a 57-point night out of 60 max total, and 6 playoff points if he can win this race. 4th in stage 1, 1 stage 2, and 5 laps left. Wow, that got tight off of turn 2. 3 wide up the middle. Another thing too, Junior has to try not to wreck himself. He came close a couple times and made some great saves. One he didn't save, but at least he didn't hit it too hard. He had 5 seconds of damage earlier, but he never brought out a caution himself either, so also has that going for him over the course of the night. Three to go. 3 more miles. Can we get the Dover sweep? Looks like we're going to go 2 for 2. Try to get Ryan Blaney to go 3 for 3 tomorrow. In 400 laps, 400 miles. Set for that race. Oh, trouble. Chase Briscoe, he was in second. He's parked on the inside. Will that bring out a caution? No, it will not. White flag in the air, 1 to go. NASCAR keeping it green. Oh, tough break for Briscoe. He was in second place. Second race in a row, he's second place, having a problem. This one is coming to the white flag. So he'll go another lap down at the end there as well. We'll have to see where he finishes. Checkered flag in the air off of turn 4 for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as he will win it at Dover. Yet another win on the season. Good win here tonight for Junior. As we went all the way through the final stage green, and we had a 130 lap green flag run to the end of the race. Barking against the inside wall for the teams to see. This team in particular. Race a little bit quicker than the truck race last night. Still 2 cautions in both races. 81 minutes total time. We had 83 in the race last night, so just an hour and 21 minutes. Ryan Sieg, runner-up in second. Great night for him. Jesse Little finished third. Great run there. Allgaier fourth. Your stage 1 winner, Brandon Jones fifth. followed by Michael Annette, Alex LeBay, Anthony Alfredo, Chastain, and Herbst, your top 10. Tough break there for Chase Briscoe, wrecking coming to the white flag. We stayed green, and he fell from 2nd to 13, so that's definitely a tough break there for him. And obviously only one car finished on the lead lap, unfortunately, and 3 drivers failed to finish the race. Josh Bilicki, Vinnie Miller, and Austin Cindric way back in stage 1, just 20 laps in. DNF from the race then. Junior adds on to the point lead. It is just a massive point lead now. 6th win of the season, 41 playoff points. It's definitely a lot more dominant than what we had throughout the course of the Xfinity Series season on our custom schedule season. But we won by 5 points, I think, the regular season title there. We still got a long ways to go, though, so things could definitely change going forward. No DNFs on the year so far for Junior. We're over 10 races in, so that is obviously pretty big as well. There is Junior in victory lane, getting the trophy tonight. Little had the fastest lap of the race, 23.449. 87 of the 200 laps led tonight for Junior, most of those in that final stage. Started 22nd, got the win. He was on the move, and the tough break going to go to Austin Cindric, who started 2nd but finished last, DNFing early in the race. So that is going to be it here for this one. Again, like, share, most importantly, subscribe. We are very close to 600 subs. Tell your friends, tell your family. We are very close. Anybody that we can get to 600 subs that might like NASCAR, because you will like this channel, I can guarantee it, whether you're a video game person or not, because we have realistic broadcasts with these full race video game live streams in the quest for the start of my broadcasting career. So follow me on that journey. As certain, I announced that we were last night on the stream, we were going to have news tonight. The news, I'll be starting a Patreon within the next couple of days, probably this weekend we'll get that started, so then I'll get the link in the chat when that comes around as well. You guys have asked about it time and time again. You know, every now and then we get the question brought up of having to get paid, and not with the current situation I'm in, which I'll probably explain more probably on a separate video at some point in time, my situation now. But I felt like this was the right time to start it going forward as we're nearing 600 subs here. So I'll get that started again this weekend. Some more details on that coming forward. But that was the big news that I had planned and scheduled for tonight. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Full race live streams, realistic broadcasts on the daily, as well as other videos. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cup Series at Dover. NASCAR Heat 5. And have a good rest of your night. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy.